Hi, my name is Jason Boudreau. Today's lecture is What is the fruit of the Spirit and how do I grow it? When we talk about the fruit of the Spirit, Galatians 5:22 and 23 immediately springs to mind for most Christians. But did you know that the Old Testament talks about the concept of fruitfulness more than 100 times? Or that 24 of the 27 books in the New Testament talk about what it means to be a fruit bearing Christian. Anything important enough for God to mention over and over is something that deserves our attention. What is spiritual fruit? Fruits of the Spirit. Love. The greatest of all virtues. 1 Corinthians 13:13. Love is the power that moves us to respond to another's needs without expectation of reward. Joy, an inward hope and exuberance despite outward circumstances. Joy differs from happiness, which relies on favorable circumstances. Peace, both supernatural calm amid chaos and the ability to bring harmony to divided factions. Long suffering, the quiet willingness to accept irritating or painful situations. Kindness, generosity and consideration toward others. Goodness, moral excellence. Faithfulness, enduring loyalty and trustworthiness. Gentleness, the power to control your reactions to difficult people and situations. It should not be confused with weakness. Self-control, the ability to restrain inappropriate passions and appetites. If I could summarize the concept of fruitfulness, I would say that this is anything we do that honors and glorifies the Father. Practically speaking, bearing spiritual fruit can be broken down into 5 aspects of life. Number 1, the fruit of the Spirit defines our character. As God's children, others should be able to describe us according to the 9-fold fruit of the Spirit. Are we loving, patient, joyful, good and kind? Is the bounty of our spiritual harvest increasing or decreasing? Number 2, the fruit of the Spirit describes our conduct. When talking about being enslaved to sin, the Apostle Paul asks, "What fruit did you have then in the things of which you are now ashamed? For the end of those things is death." Romans 6:21. Sinful choices lead to rotten fruit and spiritual death. However, righteous conduct leads to holiness and in the end, everlasting life. Romans 6:22. So our behavior indicates whether we are bearing the fruit of life or death. Number 3, the fruit of the Spirit determines our contributions. In Paul's letter to the church in Rome, he referred to their financial gifts for the needy saints in Jerusalem as fruit. Romans 15:28. God is a giver. He gave his only begotten Son. And Jesus is a giver. He willingly gave himself as a sacrifice for sin. When we pass the financial resources God has given us to our local church, a missionary, or a person in need, we bear godly fruit. Number 4, the fruit of the Spirit distinguishes our communication. If Jesus Christ fills our heart, the fruit of his presence will emanate from our mouth in the form of praise. Hebrews 13:15 says, "Therefore, by him let us continually offer the sacrifice of praise to God, that is, the fruit of our lips, giving thanks to his name." On the other hand, anyone who claims to be a Christian while using language that doesn't bring praise to Christ has a reason to re-examine their relationship with him. The fruit of the Spirit drives spiritual conversation. Number 5. According to Proverbs 11:30, the fruit of the righteous tree is life, and he who wins souls is wise. Put another way, anyone with strong connections to the vine will make that relationship known to others. Someone once questioned, if you were arrested or on charges of being a Christian, would there be enough evidence to convict you in the court of law? It's a good question. How would you answer today? This concludes our lecture of the fruit. Thank you and God bless.